Right, peak week number 2 done. 4 weeks left of hard training before we get into Finland and Nice. Hit that intro.
Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. Anger and bass. Anger and
Right, good morning. Feels a bit weird. I'm filming this video and I haven't finished the last one yet. So yeah, I feel like I'm cheating on myself. So it's Monday morning. I thought I'd try and capture some thoughts early in the week rather than cramming it all in at the weekend. So I had a pretty good reaction to my life update video, which talked a little bit about my career break. I suppose from my side, I just wanted to clarify one point, not that anyone's asked any specific questions about it, but the point of the career break is not to chase a pro license. I would absolutely take one if I ever met the criteria, and I will continue to kind of strive to get closer to the pro race, get within those percentages that yo-yo depending on the size of the race and the prize purse and everything, and I would absolutely take it. And if I ever got a pro license, I'd be under no illusions about racing you know, properly as a professional, but I would go and stick myself on 5 or 6 start lines the following year of big races that maybe are difficult to get into as an age grouper. Roth as an example, rub shoulders with some of the top guys and girls and just enjoy it. It would purely be a case of I did it. I could sit in my armchair as a granddad in many years to come to say, you know, I was a professional triathlete. When I speak to friends or family, particularly back at home in Cornwall, they always ask me, oh, do you race Alistair Brownlee? I say, well, kind of sometimes. Depends, A, if he's fit, and B, you know, if I do race him, like Kona in 2019, he normally starts about half an hour ahead. So just to be able to say, yeah, I did actually race Alistair or Lionel or Sam Long, you know, and I started at the same time and got out of the water X amount of minutes behind or whatever. As much as I would take it, it's not the goal. I'm not going to chase specific races that offer licenses, etc. I'm definitely going to race for myself, and if I get it, it would be a consequence of that. So yeah, I wanted to clarify that. I'm not living in my head that I think I can be a professional or even chasing that. The other thing I wanted to talk about and what I'm doing with my swimming at the moment. In a public pool, it's, you know, not always allowed to film and what have you. Now, swimming's always something I want to get better at. Like a lot of us, many of us don't know how or believe we've plateaued, etc. I'm still stubborn enough to believe that I can improve. And for me, swimming is either fitness, strength, or technique. And I think I pretty much tick the fitness box. You know, the guys that are swimming quicker than me, I'd argue I'm just as fit as. It comes down to both strength and technique. Since Tulsa, I've been playing with both of those a little bit. The technique side, I watch an awful lot of YouTube videos from effortless swimming, for example, and the catch for me is the bit that I need to improve. So my turnover's good, my hand entry is okay, but it's clearly what I'm doing underwater is not good enough with regards to propelling me forwards. So I've invested a bit of time and effort into thinking about how to improve that, and it has got better over the last 12 to 18 months. But what I'm arguably not doing is creating a paddle from my fingertip to my elbow, keeping that as one entity, and I'm not getting deep enough and vertical enough in the water. So I've really tried in the last couple of months to do that, and arguably it's slowed me down. And the main thing I've been doing to practice it is using a snorkel. So I've started using a snorkel in the last 2 years. I'm now doing a bit more of my main set with the snorkel on. So today, for example, I've got 3x200 and then some sprints, and I'll do some of those 200s with the snorkel on, and being able to physically see it and correct it stroke by stroke, I think has really helped. So that's what I'm working on. Hopefully it pays off. It's not necessarily going to pay off this year, but that's what I'm working on. Let me know if you are working on a similar thing or you've got any advice on the catch in particular in terms of a drill to get nice and deep and vertical. Time to get to the pool. Bye. Right, it is Tuesday evening. I have been in the office all day today, or for most of the day, which not my favourite thing at the moment. Had 0 in-person meetings. Anyhow, had a big swim this morning, 4.8k. Came out of nowhere a little bit. I've done a few 4k swims recently. I've got into a habit of not looking at my swim training in particular until I sort of get to the pool or the morning of. Just because I'm an overthinker, trying to help me with my sleep. If I know I've got like a long or a tough set or a boring set or whatever it is swim-wise the next day, it just plays on my mind all night. And yeah, getting the train into London this morning and discovering a rather long swim was a bit of a wake-up call. However, it was a really good one. It was 4 lots of 400 with paddles and a pool boy, then 4 lots of 50. The first set was drills. I actually did predominantly like backstroke. I'm really focusing on my catch on the backstroke. I really find it helps then when I go back into front crawl. Then another lot of 4 lots of 400 pull and paddles, so 3.2k of paddles just there. But then the last 450s were paddles only, hard, and yeah, hit some decent times, 37s or so's on the last 50s, and that's at the back end of, you know, over 4k's worth of work. So yeah, really good swim. Swimming again tomorrow. Right, this evening I have my last hill session on the treadmill. Got 2 by 6 minutes. Currently have the treadmill about 3% at around 4:10 to 4 minute per k pace, sort of like a tempo effort. Into 2 lots of 3 minute, either increase the incline or increase the speed. Bryn joins me for my treadmill sessions. However, he's tied to the front wheel of the car, but it means eventually he'll settle down and sleep in the fresh air rather than being cooped up in here, and it means it's a lot cooler for me. Or for some reason I said cooler in my last video. I have no idea where that came from. Let's get going. 2 by 6 done. How are we getting on, Bryn? Bryn. He's on guard dog duty. Whew, that's not attractive. Session done. Or 2 by 6 minutes, 2 by 3 minutes. Boom! Now let's have a shower and some food. Right then, Wednesday afternoon. I have just escaped from the office. It's about well, it's 3:30, but we'll tell my boss it was 5:30. Just kidding, early start this morning. Had a swim to do. It was a thresholdy VO2 type swim. Basically the main set, 4 100s hard, off about 145. 100 more like cruisy pace, 200 easy 3 times through. Basically simulating the start of a race, which I'm working hard on for Finland. I got a bit embarrassed holding the camera to my face, walking down the streets of London around people. Not quite the pro YouTuber yet. Yeah, working on the first 400-500 meters of the swim. So, you know, as we know, or you might not know, that's the key thing of finding feet. If you can hang on for, you know, 6 to 10 minutes, then the swim tends to settle down and you can stay on the feet and, you know, swim a bit faster. So that's key for the IRONMAN and the 70.3 swims. So that's what I'm practicing. Cam Worth says you've got to do it in practice or do it in training. Don't expect to do it on race day. I'm heading home. I've got a 90-minute ride outside. Basically on Sunday, my Garmin mount fell off my bars. It's a watch shop one that goes into the watch shop bars. And the little curved 3D printed piece, I didn't notice that was missing. And I'm gonna cycle out to it and see if I can find it on the floor. Because without that little piece, my Garmin mount doesn't sit very well on my bars. So a bit of an adventure this evening. Right, I've made it out on the bike. 55 minutes to get to almost the top of the hill. If only it fell off at the bottom of the hill, Sweating a bit in me Harpening Cycles long sleeve thermal winter jacket. I forgot some glasses. I've gone full camper nuts, taken 2 bugs to the eye, and I'm pretty sure, I thought I was taking the shortest route here. I'm pretty sure I made it about 5 minutes longer than it needed to be. Let's have a look. I think I see it. How spooky would that be? And look. Oh, there's the 3D part. It's seen better days. Let's get home and watch the Tour de France. I have no idea what happened after yesterday. Rolling home now. Let's see what the comment section says about my socks and shoe combo. Good morning. It is Thursday. 4 days in a row vlogging. Check me out. 1 hour, nice and easy. Made a rookie error. Forgot my heart rate monitor. I don't know, in the last 5 years, I've probably run without my heart rate monitor less than single figures. So it feels weird. Look at that sunshine. Woo. Oh, we've got a car. So, what's on the agenda today, I hear you ask? Well, 1 hour easy run, and then a working day at home. There's some train strikes today, so no office. I've done my 2 days already. I think it's just over a 90-minute bike session to do, and then my first one for a long time, I've got a massage with my man Colin. Right, it's Thursday evening and I've got my bike session. It's a fairly simple one. 4 minutes at LT2, 10 minutes at LT1, 3 times through. 4 minutes should be around 320-ish, and the 10 minutes should be around 250-ish. But we're keeping a good eye on the heart rate, keeping the heart rate in particular on the 10s in the low to mid 140s. Let's get it done. Had a bit of a crap day, been working from home. I popped down at lunch to Harpening Cycles to try and get my bike computer mount fixed, and unfortunately I've had my phone stolen. I say stolen, it's very likely I've dropped it, but the person who's found it is unwilling to give it back. I tracked it down to the address in Harpenden. I went and knocked on the door and they basically denied all knowledge and refused to give it back. I think what's happened is her son has found it and he doesn't want to admit to his mum that he's stolen it or taken it, and now it's just sat in his bedroom and it's died. So a bit pissed off. The phone's about 4 or 5 years old. It's not really worth anything. It was on its last legs, but as we all know, everything is on your phone. I do a lot of my coaching business stuff off the phone in terms of banking and stuff like that, so a bit annoying, but yeah, I'll have to get a new phone. Let's get this session done. Session done. Felt amazing, bit unexpected. The fitness is definitely building, but yes, when I measured it, my LT1 was about 155 heart rate and LT2 was like 160, 162. So that was the goal, but pushing 260, my heart rate didn't go above the mid 140s, pucker, and I didn't even get my heart rate to LT2, technically speaking, even when I pushed 320, 330 on the last reps. So, boom, solid session. Let's get some food, bed, and open water swimming tomorrow morning.
Oh. Okay.
Right, Friday morning, it is 7:59. Done 4K, 1 lap easy, 1 lap with paddles, 1 lap at IRONMAN effort, 1 lap easy. Gunning for 4 laps at IRONMAN effort at some point, so building up to that. Tempo run, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes, about 3:45. 1 rep done, let's go. Right, tempo run done. Chose to do it indoors. It's a bit of a late call. I was going to go outside, but it was quite windy and I wanted the quality. I also wanted to be really strict on my heart rate, so we were targeting 3:45 pace, which I did a few weeks ago. Oh, sorry, Bryn. 4 by 7 minutes. So this was a bit more work. Well, actually, no, it's the same volume of work, slightly longer intervals with descending rest, and I wanted to make sure I smashed it, and I did. So onto the bike next after a nap and a dog walk. Right, post tempo run, bike set, nice and simple, 3 by 20 minutes LT1. Let's see if it marries up with what I did on Thursday on the bike. Bryn's asleep. We haven't been for a walk yet, but we did some blogging, not vlogging, had a nap, had some food, and now ready to go for, it's about a 2-hour bike set. 2 reps down, 1 more 20-minute block to do. What do you think, Bryn? I just want my lunch. In a minute, all right? Give me that attitude. 3 by 20 minutes done. Time to hit the sofa, watch the Tour de France. Sunday morning, out on the bike. Just come across this path. I think it's called the Coleman Greenway. I believe I've been along here before. Amy was on her TT bike. Lol. Coming back from the Greenbelt Relay. So Wednesday was gravel bike on the road, and today is road bike on the gravel. I swear I get this the wrong way around. This was not planned, but I didn't realise I'd come this way. It's a bit sad actually, I feel a bit emotional. This is the last time my best mate Joe Spraggins was reasonably fit and healthy. I came to see him and stood on that old platform as he set off for a stage of the Greenbelt Relay. Last year, 2022, May, we thought his crippling illness had reared its head and gone. Joe, thinking of you. And funnily enough, where I do know this route goes, I'm off to Bishop Stortford, which is your old stomping ground. So you're always on my mind, buddy. And hopefully one day we'll be back on the bikes together. So I do a nice 5-6 mile stretch on gravel, think I'm the king, and now I've got a soft rear tyre. HQ's been phoned, they're en route, so I've managed to find a coffee shop on the road that I got a puncture on, and it's home time. I think I'm just going to do my run with Amy, might take Bryn out with us, he started running or doing little bits of runs with us now, and then probably go on the turbo later to bank the miles. So I've been rescued, and the silver lining is the whole household is out for a run. Here's Amy, and here's Bryn. Sit, leave it.
But I like eating the poo.
Bryn, good boy.
goes if you go straight.
All the way up to the top of Hartwood. Tractor!
Oh yeah. Tractor.
I've already called it.
No, it's the other one, isn't it?
Nah, that's a digger. The other one. You know you're fit when
He's retiring.
It's his last day today. So
Oh my god.
you get about 20 bags.
Oh my god. That's terrible. That's terrible news.
you know you're fit when you can answer the phone mid long run.
Just go round this afternoon.
Okay.
Taking the piss.
I've converted, guys. No more sis. How do I open it? There we go. Normal life.
Middle class suburban life. Oh yeah, can I get any chicken and treats? We've trained this dog very well. He knows the score. Long run done. Then it's time for sofa time. Hot, hot, hot. Where's my badge? Whew, one end to a week. So, as you can see, I'm on the indoor bike. Coming up to 2.5 hours, and I'm going to call it a day there. So that's 3.5 hours of riding and a 70-minute run. Just done a bit differently to what I had planned, which was about a 5-hour ride and an hour's run. But we've got most of it done. Probably just over 19 hours, nearly 20 hours of training for the week. If you made it this far, you're a legend. Wrap the video up there. Should have time this afternoon to put it together, finishing touches, get it out on Monday, and we go again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.